Okay, so the lesson for today is equations. We're doing equations with variables on both sides. So there's no vocabulary today, just equations with variables on both sides. Make sure you take notes and bring them to class tomorrow, Thursday. Okay, here's our first example. Note that there is variables on both sides of the problem. So the very first thing we do when we have variables on both sides of the problem is get them together on one side. Now normally we subtract the smaller term from the larger. In this case 4x is smaller, so I'm going to subtract, or excuse me, 4k from, I'm going to subtract 4k from both sides of the equal sign. Okay, when I do that, 4k on the right cancels, and I'm left with 3k equals 15. And I will divide there, divide both sides by 3, divide both sides by 3, and I get that k is equal to 5. Okay, next problem. Example number 2. Now it's written here twice for a reason. So the first example, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And they cancel on the right. And I'll have 2x minus 2 equals 4. And now this is just like what we did yesterday, where we're going to just solve the two-step equation. So I get 2x is equal to 6, so x is equal to 3. Now what I want to show you on this example over to the right is that if we do it in the reverse direction, so if I subtract 5x from both sides, then I'm still going to get the same answer. I'm still going to get the same answer. It will cancel over here. I'll get negative 2 equals negative 2x plus 4. And now I do the problem a little different way, but I will still get the same answer. So I'm going to subtract 4, I will get negative 6 equals negative 2x, and then I divide by negative 2, and I will end up with x equals positive 3. Either way, I get the same answer. Next, example number 3, I have parentheses where I need to distribute the number 2. I'm going to distribute the number 2. I have to distribute that 2 because now I have a y on this side and on this side. So before I can do anything with this y right here, I have to distribute the 2. I would then get 2y plus 12 equals 3y. And now it's like a normal equation with variables on both sides. And I can subtract 2y from both sides of the equation and get 12 is equal to 1y, which is the same thing as y equals 12. Okay, so that's 3 examples of equations with variables on both sides. This is the last problem, the last page. On this page, I want you to practice these problems on your own. So pause the video, practice the problems on your own, and then check the answers. I'm going to click the answers, and you can check them. So pause it now. Okay, and if we hear the answers for each one of those, and you can see the work that's worked out, but at the bottom of the page, you can see the answer is 1 here and 1.40 here. So that gives you a chance to work them out, and pause it now if you need to look through the different work that was done. Okay, and on the last page, this is for tomorrow on Thursday, what I want you to memorize. If whatever class period you're in, on the left, 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, or 7th, that you would memorize the sentence beside your class period, and that we're going to use that sentence in class tomorrow. So make sure you take notes and make sure you memorize that sentence. If you write it down on your paper, that's okay, but don't share it with anybody. Keep it to yourself.